So the weather is amazing at for this time of year. It's still really mild, hardly any wind. I've actually managed to get down here for 2 whole days of work, so the plot is looking spick and span, way better than it ever looks normally in winter. So I'm going to show you around. So I thought I'd save the best for last. We'll look at the Polytunnel a bit later on. Start off here. These are my early strawberries, the ones that will go into the Polytunnel sort of late January, early February sort of time. And as I'm looking at these, I just noticed they just need a bit of a weed. But yeah, we'll come back to that. So I've got about 3 cubic metres of compost, which is pretty good for this time of year. All my water's pretty much full. Down here, just got some scrappy brassicas, and I'm not really sure. I think it's the variety actually. I can't remember what this one was, but the best ones that I've grown this year are Brest Brussels sprouts, and I'll show you those in a minute. So obviously taken down all of the winter squash now. I've harvested 90% of my beetroot. I've just got a little bit here still to harvest and a little bit back at home, but most of it's in store. But it's so mild at the moment that it's still growing, and there's no risk of damage or anything from frost like that, anything like that. These are the leeks. These are the ones I took a risk on earlier on in the year. I planted them next to the garlic, and the garlic had rust, and garlic and leek rust is the same thing. And I had to take a lot of leaves off to kind of control the rust, but actually they've done really well. And I think there's only 2, 3, 4 of them or something like that have gone to seed out of well over 100 of them in there. So I'm really pleased with those. We like little baby leeks rather than big thick leeks, so these are just ideal for us. It's about sort of 3 or 4 in each module there. And then these are the only colettes I've got, but I'm not too worried right now because I've just been counting up how much stuff I've got to harvest between now and April, and I've kind of got like one of these stalks of colettes a week, or one stem of Brussels sprouts a week, so that is kind of more than enough. So yeah, I don't think we're going to go short, and obviously we've got loads of leafy brassica greens as well. Just got to prune these gooseberries. They've really grown a lot this year. I've never seen them put on quite so much growth. It's hard to appreciate, but anyway. And then I've got my purple sprouting broccoli. Those are claret, which will be harvested in sort of April, May time. And then those in the middle there are, I can't remember what they are, Red Fire or Red Admiral or something like that. And then those are for kind of March time. And then those at that end, which are either Red Admiral or Red Fire, are for sort of harvest in winter. And I actually just got the first few flowers on those. So that is going to be a really nice harvest all the way through winter and spring there. And we eat the leaves as well. And you can see the leaves are gorgeous. Really lovely quality leaves. Obviously you don't want to pick too many of them. You're not going to affect the actual harvest of the purple sprouting broccoli itself, but yeah, really, really nice. And then in here, this is where we've got the carrots. Let's open this up. So these are the carrots that will be harvesting through winter, and all the way through April really. Until I need this bed for onions, and I suppose in theory I could even just put the onions in between the carrots, but I won't be doing that. So this is a spare bed, so this is where the colettes were until I got clubroot, and I was kind of unsure what to really do with this bed because by the time I'd taken the colettes out there wasn't really time to do anything useful with it. I've got just some leeks around the edges. I've got some onions for sort of harvest in kind of May time, and I've got some field beans and bits and pieces. All these field beans need the tops cutting off now. They're far too kind of leggy, and they'll all grow back, so I just snip them off like that, and they'll all grow back for harvest in late sort of February and March time. And then yeah, I think this bed's going to be carrots, so it'll probably get replanted in May. And I've wood chipped the whole plot, which has been quite hard work because the wood chip pile is a long way away and it takes a lot of barrow loads of wood chip to cover this plot, but I'm really pleased with it. I'm starting to take out some of the raised beds and just have it as wood chip where the beds are perennial. And this, for example, is a bed of elephant garlic, and then we've got trees in here, so I think we've got apple, cherry, and obviously apple there. And then in these big round containers we've got the first batch of tough ball overwintering onions, and these were, I don't know which ones these are exactly, but they'll be harvested in the kind of May-June kind of time scale. So I've got quite a few of those there. I've got some field beans under there, which are just a very quick temporary crop until I'm ready to replant that bed. And that bed's probably going to get replanted with lettuce for spring, and that lettuce is almost ready. So then in here we've got lamb's lettuce, and it's interplanted with salad onions, and down here we've just got lamb's lettuce for spring, and it's interplanted with red cabbages. Let me just show you what it looks like underneath the net. But we've got loads, so these are really tiny little lamb's lettuce. As I say, these are for spring, for sort of March into early April sort of time scale. We've got loads of lamb's lettuce back home, and that is all ready for harvest now, and so we'll be harvesting that in December and January and February. I've got some Asian greens, they're looking okay, apart from these ones in the middle. I think they've just been eaten by slugs or snails, which is always a danger at this time of year, but there's enough of them thriving so that I'm not really worried about it. And then this bed is almost finished, so I've just been harvesting some orange carrots here, and these are kind of a mix, rainbow mix in theory, but they're mostly yellow and orange. There's no purples in this mix, and so this will all be harvested in December. And then I think I'm putting red cabbages and cauliflowers in that bed, and they'll go in January, February time, and I will put those under this kind of fleece as well. A lot of stuff under these little low tunnels. If you're interested in these low tunnels, there's a section in my ebook actually that goes through all the details of the construction, all the kit lists and everything to make them, as well as videos and all that sort of thing. So yeah, do take a look at that if you're interested. Anyway, what we've got here are all different sorts of kale. I'll not be harvesting these too much now. The main objective for these is to give us a really good flush of growth in sort of late February and March time, and then I'll need this bed in April, probably for carrots, and yeah, there's loads more kale that'll take over from that. And then we've got more Asian greens interplanted with salad onions, more Asian greens down there, more kales and chard. And then I'm pleased with these actually. So these are again overwintered onions, and they're a bit big for this time of year. I'd rather a bit smaller, so there's a high risk that these will go to seed, but I'm not too worried because, you know, we need a lot of onions in kind of May and June time, so I don't really worry about them going to seed at that time. But I do like some in July that haven't gone to seed, and so I have got some of those planted around the plot. So a crop of baby spinach here, and I don't really worry much about this one because this is mainly to be harvested sort of late February and March time. But we are taking just a few baby leaves off it for salads. It's under a cold frame. This low tunnel, I've got some more baby spinach for sort of late March, kind of April time, and loads of salad onions here. And these are all going to be harvested over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then I've got more spinach to go in there. It's a bit hard to see under all this wood chip, But there's Mara de Bois strawberries that I just planted bare rooted in here only last week, and they've picked up really nicely, so I'm very pleased with those. And then underneath all this wood chip there's 27 garlics, and then in that little bed there I think there's another 10 garlic or something like that, and then some cabbages. These are classic spring cabbages, and had a few gaps. Something ate the cabbage that was in that spot there, and so I put this winter miner's lettuce or Claytonia in here, and it's done really well in this mild weather. In these containers there's ochre, not ready for harvest yet, needs a frost. There's another bed that's almost finished, so this one again has got salad onions in it, and another, this is my oldest spinach bed, and just harvesting this as hard as I can because I really want to get this again all cleared and replanted, probably Calabrese. More spinach in here, looking really good. No interplants in this one of salad onions, which is good because this means I can interplant something else into this bed. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to put in it. Might put parsnips in it or something like that in March, and then onions interplanted into the parsnips in kind of late March. And early strawberries looking a bit scrappy, but not too bad. It'll take a few minutes to clean those up. And then more spinach interplanted with salad onions. So you can see we've got a lot of salad onions here. We've got more at home in the kitchen garden as well. We've got strawberries. The little pots are the ever-bearing strawberries, which are just finished, and so I've just cleaned those up. And then these are early strawberries, which are going to go into the polytunnel. We don't normally have space for strawberry tubs in the polytunnel, but we're growing less potatoes this year, so next year. So more strawberries instead of potatoes is a good deal for me because I'm not keen on potatoes. And then this is just the last of the peas, and they've been great and they're still okay, but they're not brilliant. And then we're into the polytunnel. We've got celery, chard, parsley, lots of different types of lettuce all down here. These are Grenoble red, all down there, interplanted with salad onions. These are Roxy, these are Riccia. They look a bit leggy at the moment, and that is because it has been a bit warm and not that sunny, and the result is kind of leggy things, but they'll be fine, and particularly over winter they'll do better. And then they're all interplanted with garlic, and we've got some more parsley, some more celery, some more spinach. And I'm always talking about replanting beds, and this is some of the stuff that I'm going to be replanting with. Got some red cabbages here, we've got some Calabrese here, some cauliflowers here, some celery here, some more cauliflowers down there, and loads of other stuff in the little greenhouse. So we've got loads of lettuce in these hanging baskets as well, which is looking pretty good. Got my early broad beans here, got some more things to interplant there, got some Claytonia down there, got some really nice tatsoi here. This is a lot younger than the stuff that's outside, which is the stuff outside just starting to go to seed, but hopefully this will keep going until February, and then it'll get replanted with lettuces, and more lettuces down here, and salad rocket underneath there, and more lettuces in hanging baskets. And then I've got 5 of these big boxes of carrots for May and early June. Loads of little seedlings waiting to be potted on and then transplanted into all of those spinach and lettuce beds and things like that. And then more carrots, spinach, and a few more carrots here. I'm going to make a special video all about the way that I do carrots, just so you can see that. And some more lettuces for March, and then I put my early potatoes in here in April, so all of these lettuces have to be harvested by then, about the middle of April I think. So I hope you liked this quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.